Hey, Stu from UAVfutures here, and today, well, what we're going to be doing, let's go have some fun. We've got the Diatone's new Racing Rabbit right here. It's building on, Diatone's been putting out a lot of bind and flies lately. This one, it's made for the racing audience out there. It's not really designed to carry a GoPro too much, but we're going to be strapping one on. We're going to take it out to the field, rip it around, fly it around, see what Grumpy Trev, crash this cow, hit it with a speed gun if the wind is not too unacceptable, and have a bit of fun. Now, if you haven't seen the part one, a little card should pop up there. Thank you very much, YouTube. But let's do it. Go find out why this bind and fly 5-inch racer out of the box. What's it like for, you pilots out there? Is this a good buy? Is there better options out there? How does it actually go? Because drones are coming a long way, and Diatone has definitely been making a lot in the past. Let's do it. Go have some fun with the Racing Rabbit in 3, 2, 1, beep. Rightio, out here in the field. Let's do it. We've got a small break. It's not raining, but I've got a terrible cold. You're going to have to make do. We're going to fly it around with the GT Rabbit, see how it goes, and then show you some HD footage as well. Then we're headed over to GT himself, the grumpy man. He's going to fly it, and then when Crash Test Cal, the slacker, turns up, well, then we'll get him on it as well, and we'll hit it with a speed gun. So, all right, let's do it. Put our GoPro in and have some fun. Alrighty, here we go on board, and there's a few things we need to cover straight off the bat. First and foremost, I have a cold. I had it when you saw me at the start of this, and then since coming out and filming this, I've got a second cold. My daughter, every time she seems to go to daycare, she comes home every week with some new virus, so that's why I sound like I'm talking underwater. And then let's kick it off with the actual flight of the Diatone Rabbit, and I want to point out that when I had this, it was on an F3, and it was about $240, but it's since changed its price, so I'm happy to say they're up to an F4 now if you check the links down below, and it's also come down in price somehow to about $200. So very nice that it seems to be. That's a big upgrade in terms of getting a lot cheaper, and also a much better processor in there as well on the flight controller. Now, first and foremost, this is a racing frame. I definitely don't think it's made for acro, and a lot of those times, it doesn't mean you can't do acro with it, but you are going to see the props in view, and I tend to really like that if you strap a GoPro to the top. I think that looks awesome, but a lot of people don't like that. It was very smooth in the turns. I like the weight. I felt like the weight with those big motors, those powerful motors, made it feel really good as well. So if you want something out there you can take out to the field, rip it around. If you're in the flags and fields sort of environment, it's going to do very, very well. And also, I think because you're not going to have any trees or anything to crash into, or you're not doing some hard bando crashes, it is going to hold up okay. But if you were going to be flying this around concrete, around poles, car parks, that sort of thing, that's where I think this frame might run into some issues. Now, another problem I did have with this is, like the other boys mentioned, that you're going to notice a little bit of noise in the FPV feed. And another thing that was buggy, and look, maybe it's changed in the update of the firmware and since the new versions, but every time I put in a full charge 4S battery, it thought it was a low 5S battery until it sort of ticked over. So it used to beep. That's probably why you can hear some of the beeping in there. But for the money, for the price, if you just want something you can take out of the box, rip it around, it goes very fast, handles very well, has a beautiful OSD, smart audio, all that sort of stuff, and is under $200. It's pretty crazy nowadays to see just what sort of drone you can get for the dollars. Very, very impressive stuff, and well done to Diatone. Now, a lot of people, they're going to compare it to the Emax Hawk and also the Batman, and I think the big one for me is that this is a lot cheaper versus those others. Anyway, what we should do, let's head over to Grumpy Trev and crash test Cal when he finally wakes up. Alrighty, GT, so we've got Diatone's Rabbit here. I've put on a little GoPro thing for you, but what's your first impressions before you fly it around?
Well, it's light for this size sort of a quad. I love the way they chamfered these arms. It looks pretty cool.
And I should say it's got some of the other motors too. We've seen on a few of the other GTs we flew recently, but they've changed it up. They're no longer using the ESCs on the arms. They've put them back into the 4-in-1.
They had a few issues with them. I love the way they got the caps at the back.
That lights up too, I should say.
Oh, pretty. Don't know how these arms don't look real strong on the plate.
Yep.
I don't know how to stand up with a bit of a prang, but look, it looks okay. I'm looking forward to having a go at this thing. So I've heard good things about this. So let's see if the good things are just bullshit or actually really true.
All right, let's do it. All right, Trev, let's rock and roll. We forgot our chair today, so we're leaning on this fence.
Well, it's nice. Look, plenty of poke. Nice and responsive. Yeah, look, I tell you what, I've flown worse than this. This feels pretty good. Yeah, look, it's got plenty of punch, it's responsive. It's not a bad camera, but I am getting a little bit of flicker, which is a little bit annoying. For a change, this is great. Out of the box, this thing is just flying. There's no oscillations. Very responsive, I think I already said that, but it is responsive. I like the punch it's got. Camera's clear, but as I said, there's a little bit of... the rates are a bit low on this, aren't they?
Yeah, these are the default rates as well.
Okay, yeah, I like the rates a bit. Probably up a little bit more. I like the OSD, very clear. Nice big letters, like it's, and they're sort of outlined as well. But look, I don't mind it. What sort of money are we looking at for this thing?
$220.
Yeah, gee, that's pretty reasonable. When you consider what else is out there.
Well, okay, one question a lot of people want to know, you know, because this bite-and-fly, how is it versus the Batman and also the Hawk?
The Hawk and the Batman have got a lot more punch than this, but this is not far away, so will this take a 5S?
They recommend just keep it on 4S.
Okay. Look, value for money, this is all right. It's nothing I'm going to... yeah, it's good, but it's not fantastic.
All right, so what about performance out of 10? What would you give it?
I'd give it a 7.
Okay, and what about value for money?
Value for money, probably about a 7.5.
Okay.
It's not quite an 8, but
Trev's using decimals now.
Yeah. Look,
technical.
this is hard because I haven't got a lot of room to move, you know, and it's still not bad. It's not terrible. I've got to tell you, this is sucking the battery a bit, and I'm not really punching it that hard. I'm just cruising around. So you certainly want a decent battery on this. Look, it's all right. I really do like. For someone starting off, I don't reckon they could go wrong with. You know, you do a lot worse than have something like this. It is good enough for a newbie, but I think the more experienced pilots would like something a bit better than this. Anyway, I'll bring this thing in.
All right, nice. Thanks, Trev. Well, look who's gotten out of bed. CTC, the sleepiest man in all of FPV. We're out here today. You've missed it, but we missed Trev and I fly around it. This is the Diatone GT Rabbit. But what's your first impressions?
Floss light.
Okay.
Light. Very nice. I think it's going to be very fast.
What a difference too. They switched out. Remember those little ESCs that used to be on the arms? They switched those out. Now they've got a 4-in-1 in the middle.
Yeah, right. Still, I'm not seeing any kind of sandwich plate, which is a concern to me. I think that's an inherent weakness with this design of frame. So I'll be interested to see if it holds up in a good smash. So, yeah.
Ready to put a pack on?
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Let's do it. All right, we're ready. It's a little bit windy, so you're gonna have to talk up a bit.
All right, I'll do my best. Can you hear me?
Yes,
right.
Loud and clear.
Initial punch, not too bad. Not as striking as I thought it might be, but we're in a windy day here, so that could be affecting the way I'm feeling this quad. Oh, it's not too bad.
Is it smooth? Because this is straight out of the box, like they not tuned, anything like that.
Yeah, look, it seems very smooth. It seems well behaved. I'm not getting any bounce back or oscillation in any way. So everything seems to be well sorted, like just about every quad is these days. Now, like I said, the only concern I would have with this is if I do have a hard collision. I don't really think it's going to stand up that well in a high-speed crash, but I've been wrong about these things many times. Look, it's got good punch, it has, even with these wind dancer props, I got to say. So there's going to be a lot of people that like a frame like this. I know there's many a fan of the floss frame. If you're a floss freak, you're going to like this frame. It feels very floss-like. The only thing that I would say is that, look, the video feed could be a little better. I'm getting a little bit of noise.
Yep.
But other than that, it seems like a fairly well-rounded little quad.
Do you want me to run over and get it?
Yeah.
All right, Cal, so what did you think? Now you've got it back in your hands?
Look, yeah, it performed well. It's nice and agile, as you would expect a quad like this to be. It looks like we've done a bit of damage to the camera there, but we'll have to sort that out.
Oh yeah, that screw's come out.
No problem. Look, the video feed was my only real criticism. I expected it to be a bit better because we've got some capacitors on the back here, supposedly sucking up the noise. But there was a little bit of shimmer, horizontal lines that were coming down on the video feed.
It's funny you said that because I think Trevor said that too as well when he flew it around.
Well, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't. It didn't really destroy the experience or anything like that, but it was noticeable and just a slight irritation. But I could fly through that no problem, to be honest.
All right. So what's Cal's famous 4 words of the GT Rabbit from Diatone?
Another good floss clone.
Okay. No worries. Right out here in the field, we're going to do a speed run with the Rabbit because it was too windy the other day. What do you reckon, Cal?
95.
Cal says 95. Yeah, Trevor?
93.
And I'll go 85.
I ain't running. I've got a Rabbit that's coming for me here, and we're going to see how fast a Rabbit can actually go. It's made by Diatone. I don't know a lot about it, except it's got that floss style frame, and it's donning some Edge motors, which are 2450 kV. We've got some Cyclone props on it, 5046s I believe, nothing too crazy. So let's see what the Diatone Rabbit does. We know that Diatones with Edge motors are capable of some pretty extreme stuff, so let's have a look. 89! So it's roughly in the ballpark of what we expected. 91! 92! Mystery, oh, bloody rabbit. Oh, this thing's got mixo. Oh, or is it the Khaleesi virus? I don't know. Oh, be gone! Alright folks, we're safe, we're safe. Well, the rabbit, it's not too bad. Have a look at it. It's got capacitors, it's got the typical Diatone stack. I'm not big on these frames though, I gotta say. I think they're weak. But they do fly well around a track. And if you can fly them without smashing them up, then you're doing well.
Alright Cal, how'd we go?
Not too bad.
What's top speed?
I think we got it to
91, 92?
92, I think.
What did you say, Trev?
93.
Oh, and what did you thought?
I said 95.
Oh.
We're all roughly in the ballpark.
Yeah. Alright. Oh, it felt pretty controllable in the air. Those motors are a little bit warm.
All around, it's a good performing quad. There's nothing exceptional about it, and there's no huge flaws with it either. So it's a good all-rounder, I think.
Oh, nice. Thumbs up for the Rabbit. Alrighty, so there it is. There's my part 2 review of the Racing Rabbit, or with the GT, whatever it is. It's linked down below, the Rabbit from Diatone. And overall, for something you can take out of the box, rip it around, it does its job. I don't think that it's the most fantastic drone ever made, but also I don't think it's a bad drone as well. If you had this thing, you're still going to have a lot of fun. Definitely shop around. If you can pick one up at a good price, I think I really like it. So I'm going to be having a lot of fun with it in the future. I would like it, I'm going to say, if you want to carry a GoPro or something, it's not really made for that. This is more of a racing frame. It is going to suck down the power, and I do wish it had that little extra plate in there for a little bit of an extra brace, make it a little bit tougher, but overall, it's just a good drone. I guess that's really all I can say. It's not amazing, but it's also not terrible anyway. It's just a nice, fun little flyer that you can take out of the box and rip around. But I'd love to know what you guys think. Drop your comments down below. Subscribe for more FPV-related rabbit content. And as always, happy flying! Alrighty, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Definitely subscribe if you're new to the channel and check out these videos. And I'm also going to leave a little link here to my Patreon page, because I've got some fantastic Patreon supporters and I like to give back to them as well. So if you want to join the UAVfutures family, there's things like bonus Velcro straps, little bundles of FPV goodies and things like that that also get sent out. Anyway, happy flying!